My fiance gave my friend money to plan a surprise bachelorette party. She stole it to pay off her credit card debt instead. I, 23F, am getting married in a couple of days, and most of the things I'm about to tell you transpired over the last 2 weeks. My maid of honor, Mara, 26F, was in charge of planning my bachelorette party, which I wanted to be a surprise. We live in a city, but none of us live downtown, so I was hoping for a hotel room downtown and having a fun night out with friends, maybe a brunch. Most of the bridal party lives locally, but 2 girls flew in for it. When Mara picked me up 2 weeks ago on Friday, I was excited to see where we were going and what we were doing. We ended up going to Mara's 1-bedroom townhome and spent the entire weekend there. There are 8 of us, so it was cramped, and we kept running into issues with only 1 bathroom. On Friday night, we played games and ordered pizza. On Saturday, we had a mimosa bar, went shopping, ordered food, and watched a movie before parting ways on Sunday. It wasn't the bachelorette party of my dreams or a particularly fun weekend, but it was okay, and I appreciated it. Last weekend, my fiancé, James, 32M, had just returned from a work trip. I hadn't caught him up to speed on the party because there wasn't much to report. But when he returned, we were chatting, and I told him about the party. He looked confused but said nothing else that evening. The next day, I got a message from Mara asking to meet up to talk about something. Mara revealed that James had given her a significant amount of money over a year ago with the intention that it was used to pay for a bachelorette party. It would have been enough to cover the entire bridal party for a week-long vacation out of town, including airfare, hotel, food, drinks, and fun. I wasn't expecting this type of event. A weekend downtown would have been wonderful, and even though the party at her home wasn't what I hoped for, I was fine with it because I got to be with all of my friends. She, instead, used the money to pay off credit card debt and hoped that no one would notice. I told her I needed some time to process and went home. After talking with James about it, I decided that the best action would be to remove her from the wedding. I came to this decision because I don't feel I can trust her and don't want her to be standing next to me at my wedding. I slept on it overnight and sent her a text saying this on Monday. Since then, I have been getting texts from her mom and boyfriend, telling me how awful I am for doing this, since I didn't need a big party and Mara was able to financially benefit. My mom is also against removing her from the wedding, as she's like a sister to our family, and it would be tragic for me to get married without Mara there. The rest of the bridal party is split, with half saying I shouldn't have kicked her out, and the other half agreeing with me. Mara has called me crying because she already has her dress. James and I paid for all the dresses, by the way, and she can't wear it anywhere else. At this point, I just want the wedding to be over so I can be on my honeymoon and not have to deal with these people. For those of you wondering, James gave Mara $25,000 to make sure we would have a bachelorette party to remember. So with that being said, is this worth losing a friendship over? Edit. I'll try to answer questions and comments some people have. Why in the world did your fiancé give her that money a year ago? I think he gave it to her under the assumption that a week-long party would take a while to plan, and that way she could start booking things that may have limited space, as well as dispersing money to coordinate flights. She is a person who has been in my life since I was 18 and typically comes over to our house at least once a week. My fiancé considered her a close and trusted friend as well. Why don't you press charges? It's technically my fiancé's money, even if it was supposed to be a gift for me. He is leaving it up to me if I press charges and has let me know he'll support whatever route I want to go. I'm still kind of in shock and obviously upset, so pressing charges or taking her to civil court is the last thing on my mind. He does have text exchanges confirming that she received it and what it was for, and she has sent me things confirming that she used it to pay off debt, and her mom and boyfriend have as well. Maybe I'll change my mind later on, but right now, I just want to get married and get away from the drama. Do people not realize she stole your money? People realize it, but the prevailing sentiment is, in the case of my bridal party, they don't particularly care, and her mom feels it's okay because it got her out of debt. My mom is just disregarding the entire situation because she cares about Mara. Update 1. First, thank you all so much for being so nice on my previous post. I know this is delayed, but I hope it answers any lingering questions you may have, and I was somewhat waiting to have an update that would answer questions. To answer the most pressing question, I removed my maid of honor from my wedding and disinvited those who continued to support her after I shared the amount she stole. My husband and I had a lovely wedding and honeymoon, and when we got back, we got in contact with his lawyer to begin compiling information and prepare to file a civil suit. This is still in the early stages, but as so many did point out, we do have a responsibility to ensure she faces some kind of consequence to prevent this from happening to someone else. While we won't be pressing criminal charges, we'll cooperate with law enforcement should the DA wish to bring charges after information is brought forth in our civil suit. I honestly don't believe my ex-friend has the money to repay us, but we will be donating anything we receive from the trial. Hopefully nothing else happens where I'll need to update further.